Well, a very good evening to each and every one of you joining me, Miss Belinda and
Brandon McCaffrey.
How are you, Flower?
I'm good, how are you?
I arrived here today on my broomstick due to the weather.
Oh, fantastic.
It's been quite windy, hasn't it?
I've never been blown like that in my life.
Well, I don't believe that for a second. How many storms has there been this week?
There's been 3 storms this week.
In 1 week?
In 1 week, in the space of a week, we had 3 storms. And Storm Franklin took out Piccadilly like there was no tomorrow. Manchester Piccadilly had no trains going out.
It's been quite dramatic, hasn't it?
It has been.
It's been very, very windy.
It has.
You know what that means, though?
What's that?
We're only a few months away now from the sunshine. And how we love a bit of sunshine. I'll be in my tankini, you'll be in your Speedos.
Oh, yes.
If you're eating your tea, we apologise now, but it's the taking part that counts, everybody. It really, really is.
Should we get like a bathtub in the studio?
A
We'll just do it all from the bathtub.
Do you know what we should do one day?
What should we do?
There's that many charities we get asked to get involved with. I think what we'll do is put you in a bath of beans one day.
I mean, I'd do that. Can we make a Nutella? I feel like Nutella would be nice.
Nutella?
Yeah.
I feel that would have different connotations altogether, to be honest with you, Brandon. Who's on the show today, please?
Well, we've got quite a few people on tonight. We've got Fran Healy.
Fran Healy. We're also speaking ahead of his Footloose tour,
Yes.
the one and only Jake Quickenden, everybody. We're also speaking to this gorgeous duo of ladies as well. They're going to be with us in a few minutes as well. Who are they? Go on, because I can never get their name perfectly right. It's the Sirens.
The Siren, Sisters of Siren, Sirens of Sister.
Their music is impressive. Put it that way.
Trust me, they keep us going, and like a lady on the rock singing to us, you'll definitely be there for the music.
That's right. And they've got a brand new album called Damage, and it's just, I love it.
It's going to be nice.
It's like that. Wonderful.
But before that, Belinda here caught up with the lovely Jake. Here's what he had to say.
And Jake Quickenden joins us right now. How are you and welcome to the show?
I'm great, thank you. How are you? Thanks for having me.
Everybody's very excited about this, you know.
Oh, thanks.
They're very excited. For those people that, have been living under a rock, tell people the story of Footloose.
So, Footloose, you know what? I had to do my research on this because I didn't really know much about it when I got offered the job. So, Footloose is basically following Ren Around, who you just saw in the clip there. That's Josh. He's a marvellous actor and dancer and singer. And he moves to a small little town called Beaumont where dancing has been banned. He's from Chicago, so he's used to kind of doing what he wants. And he meets a bunch of people, me included. I didn't make the cut for the advert. I was fuming. Yeah, no. And,
Awkward.
Yeah, odd. And he basically wants to overturn the fact that in Beaumont, dancing's not allowed, partying, music and everything like that. And it's just about kind of that and a few separate little journeys along the way. And honestly, it's just 2 hours of fun and dancing and singing and laughter.
And there's some carcass of tunes in this as well, isn't there? I mean, obviously everyone's going to think about Footloose as its own, but there's more than that, isn't there?
Yeah, there's so many bangers. Like even me, who I was aware of the film, I'd seen the film ages ago and stuff. But as soon as I heard all the songs, I was like, I know that. There's Holding Out for a Hero. There's Mama Says. There's obviously Footloose. There's literally so many brilliant songs. And it is just literally one banger after banger after banger. And the audience don't get a chance to breathe, which is great. Like, we don't get a chance to breathe on the stage. You want to see me? I'm a sweaty mess when I come off. But it is just such a great show.
I mean, I'm sure people would quite relish. Oh, nice fingers. I think people would relish the chance of seeing you in a big sweaty mess. You've had quite an eventful day today. Tell everybody what your day's been so far.
Yeah. So I've been stood outside in Brighton by the beach in just my dressing gown and slippers because my hotel got evacuated because there was some chemical leak downstairs in the spa, and I was in the pool at this point. Some geezer ran in and said, "We need to get out." So I was like, "Can I go get changed?" He said, "No, you need to get out now." So I basically just stood on Brighton Beach in my dressing gown for about 45 minutes. So it's been an interesting.
Windy.
Yeah,
very windy.
Lucky I had my swim shorts on.
Hey, how's everything going for you since the pandemic must have been a bit of a horrible time for you, but how's everything been since?
Yeah, obviously, pandemic was a bit rubbish for everyone, wasn't it? But I stuck out there and I was doing bits and bobs. But it's just so lovely to be back on stage. Do you know what I mean? Like performing in front of big audiences and just kind of seeing the response that we're getting from the show. It's amazing. I had a little baby in lockdown, so he's 1 on Saturday. I'm getting married in September, so it's all kicking off for me this year, and it's just it's really, really great.
And what keeps you going, Jake? What keeps you ticking along and keeps yourself inspiring yourself?
I just don't really like sitting still. I've got a lot of energy and I like testing myself and doing things that I enjoy. My dad said to me before he passed away, like, if you find something that you like doing, you'll never work a day in your life. So I like doing things that I enjoy and kind of testing myself. And I've been lucky enough to get to where I am today. Like I say, bit of luck and being in the right place here and there, and I'm just going to milk it and just enjoy it. And I've got Leo and my little stepson Freddie now, so they come first. And any jobs that I take I'm just thinking about their future and how I can help them, really.
So is that how you come and strike a nice work sort of play balance then, if you like, work and family, I suppose? Yeah,
that's kind of what it is now, work and family. And obviously working away is not easy when you have got a family, but you've got to pay the bills and you've got to kind of keep ticking over. So for my fiance, she understands and it works. Do you know what I mean? It's not nice being away from the family, but it works. And I get to see him every weekend, and it's great. And then just chilling out when I'm with them.
And a few of our viewers want to ask, how's the fitness going? Have you still managed to maintain that body that you're so known for throughout this lovely community?
You know what? In lockdown, I did let myself go a little bit. And then I trained for a boxing match that I had in August last year. So I got in really good shape again. And then I let it go again. But now I'm in this show. There is a bit of, I'm not going to give too much away, but there is a point where I maybe do have to take my top off a little bit. But you're not
as revealed as you were in hair?
Not quite as, I don't think I can ever be as revealed as I was in hair. But yeah, I take my top off. So I'm back in the gym now, trying to get back fit. And for me, it's about, I like fitness. I've always loved my fitness, but more so mentally now. I like kind of doing that and doing a bit of fitness, and it sorts my head out if I'm ever in a bad mood or if I've got a bit of anxiety. I think going to the gym sorts me out. So
you'd recommend it to people then?
100%. Like, and it doesn't even have to be the gym. It can be like just a nice long walk, or just get out in the fresh air, go on a bike ride, take your dogs for a walk. Do you know what I mean? Like anything. I just feel like sometimes we get so caught up in our own heads, just like an hour doing something as simple as taking the dog for a walk can really clear your mind. So yeah, that's why I do the gym more so nowadays.
Now, Footloose is coming to us very, very soon. Actually, it's coming at the end of this month.
Yes.
Isn't it? You'll be in Manchester. Are you going partying? Are you allowed to party now that you're a full-on family man?
Well, yeah, I can still I'm not as good as partying as I used to be. I used to be a right partier, and now I'm shocking. I have 3 beers and I'm ready for bed. And the hangovers get worse, don't they? Oh God, honestly, I can't deal with hangovers anymore, especially when you've got a 1-year-old. They're not easy when you go home. But yeah, Manchester's my favourite place. Like I lived there for 4 years. I love Manchester. The nightlife, you can't really beat it. Do you know what I mean? So there'll definitely be a few nights out, definitely. So Footloose is coming to us February the 28th to March the 5th of this month, of next month, I should say, at the Opera House. Why should people come and watch this wonderful musical? I think just because we've had 2 shocking years of not being able to support the theatres and support live shows, and I think people have missed it. So I just think people need to come watch it, have fun, let their hair down, cut loose, Footloose, and have a dance and a sing. Do you know what I mean? So and honestly, the talent in the show, it's just full of just unbelievable singers and dancers, and you get Darren Day in there as well, who's an absolute legend. I didn't realise how much of a nice man he is until I started working with him. He's just such a diamond. So yeah, there's something for everyone. And I would really say, if you want to just have a night where you just let go for a couple of hours, Footloose is the perfect thing.
Excellent. Jake Quickenden, thank you so much for your time today. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Isn't he fabulous?
He is.
And it's Footloose, and it's coming to us very soon.
Footloose.
Get Loose, Footloose. It's also got Holding Out for a Hero in it, the version that I...
Unless it's the version from Shrek 2, what's the point?
No, man.
No, you can't beat Jennifer Saunders' version of Holding Out for a Hero.
I wish I could with a stick. I tell you,
you
can't go better than a bit of Bonnie Tyler. Now, one lady joining us now knows all about music, and she's joining us now from her car after her experience at the gym. She hot-footed straight to her car. Hello, Abby. Hello. How are you? You're joining us here from your car. Whereabouts are you situated at the moment?
Oh, thank you for having me here.
You're more than welcome.
I'm in a dodgy car park by a railway track.
Oh.
In Exeter.
Lovely. Now, you're here today to talk about your lovely new album that's coming out on the 8th of April, and that is called Damage.
Exeter. I'm in a car park alongside the railway track. So it's a bit dark and dingy here.
Yes, there is a bit of a delay, so we're gonna let everything catch up. Hold on 1 second. Damage Control is your brand new album. It's coming out on the 8th of April 2022. Tell us all about it.
One we're not delayed.
I think there is a delay.
Are you ready for this? Look, just going to catch up now.
Okay.
This is good television. I like it very much.
So we got to work with the amazing Saul Davies from James, who we had a bit of a chance meeting with. And it was really funny, the delay. And so we got to work with him. He's incredible. We went to Scotland to record the album, and there's 11 tracks on this album that we're really proud of. It's a bit of a different sound for us. It's a bit heavier. We've got electric guitars. And yeah, we're just really excited to release this new album.
So what made you want to create this album then? Because like you guys have been together quite a while now. What made you want to come back and create a new album, especially in the different vibe that you've described?
Well, we started writing the track before the pandemic. So we had all this material and nowhere to take it for a year. And then we built up quite a good fan base online over lockdown, and that solidified it for us that we had the need to bring out another album. So we were really lucky to get a new manager during 2020, and yeah, here we are with this album recorded, ready to go on the road and to tour it. So we're going to be in Manchester soon.
That's right, you're coming to Band on the Wall. Now, how would you describe your music style? How would you describe it to everybody that perhaps doesn't know about yourselves?
It's a bit of a weird one, really. There's two of us, and we've either got two guitars, or there's a mandolin, or there's a piano. It's very much vocal harmonies as well. But I think we've sort of, over the years, been pigeonholed a little bit as folk, and we're not really. So it's more like acoustic, bits of folk, bits of rock, female vocal harmonies with lots of attitude.
So Damage Control is almost a bit of a breakaway for you from what you're being known for.
Yeah, a little bit. And each track sort of relates to a different emotion. So the title track, Damage Control, is about all the different emotions that we have to experience to get through the day, and that we need all of them, the bad and the good, to cope. And then after that track was written, we realized each song sort of related to a different feeling. So our single, These Are the Days, is very much the happy track, very much like upbeat and lively. And that's going to be our first single.
And how long does it take you to put an album like this together?
About 47 years. So it feels like that. This album started, 2 years ago, like just before the pandemic hit. So we started writing things then. And it can be like little bits of writing that we've had for years, or little ideas that come around. Some of them happened really quickly and others took time and we had to keep revisiting them, and a few just didn't make the cut. So we've gone for the 11 tracks on this album, and it's been, 2 years in the making, really.
It sounds fantastic. Now, like we say, you are coming to Band on the Wall. Will it be the new version of it by then? I'm not sure. But anyway, you're coming to us on the 8th of May in Manchester. We are very much looking forward to it. It's going to be amazing. Have you ever been to Manchester before?
We love Manchester. So even though we're Exeter in Devon, we've weirdly got a really nice following in Manchester, which is why we always love playing there. So over the last 5 years probably, we've had a handful of really good gigs in Manchester at the Deaf Institute and a place called, I think it was called the Eagle in Salford. That was a really fun one. And the Gorilla in Manchester. And then we've been to Band on the Wall before. So we're excited to go back there. But we always have a really, really good night in Manchester. Just lovely people, lovely crowd. And we're really excited for it.
You know where you need to go? You need to get to a place called Stoller Hall, and we're going to be talking about that in a little while's time. For now, though, Abby, we'll let you carry on. You've had a very stressful day of gymming, and now you're in your car. Probably
you ever been there before?
What, to a car? What? No. Potentially.
Car park. Have you been here before?
No, I've never. Probably. I've been many a car park. I actually joined a gym once, and the guy said to me, there was the PT, he said, "What's your favourite machine?" I said, "Vending." So it's all quite interesting stuff. In the meantime, Abby, thank you so much for your time and the have a fabulous tour. Thank you very much. Thank you. Right then, let's quickly find out what's on the box.
Hi, I'm Hayley and welcome to this week's On The Box. How's everyone doing? Now, the first film I would love to recommend is called Tall Girl. It's available on Netflix and it follows Jodie, who after being bullied for years and years, finally gets the confidence to be who she really is. Now, February is, of course, LGBT plus History Month. And out of all the films that are available, I would definitely recommend Carol. Now, that's a Marmite film. Some people love it, some people don't. And that's usually because of the ending. I absolutely love it. It stars Cate Blanchett and it is absolutely wonderful and just gorgeous. Brokeback Mountain is another one I'd recommend. That's currently available on Netflix. And when it came out, I think it was like 2005 or something like that. It's about 17 years old now. At the time, it was groundbreaking for a mainstream film to approach a gay romance in such a way. It's authentic, really, really authentic. Now, there is also A Portrait of a Lady on Fire. That is on BBC iPlayer still. It's still on my list. I haven't watched it yet, but it has so many rave reviews. And it's about a lady who's painting another lady and they fall in love. Now, that's it from me. I shall catch you next time. And remember, stronger together. Bye.
We that are true lovers run into strange capers.
I pray you, do not fall in love with me, for I am falser than vows made in wine.
Oh, how bitter a thing it is to look into happiness through another man's eyes.
But are you so much in love as your rhymes speak?
Your if is the only peacemaker. Much virtue in if.
Hey ho, sing hey ho, unto
it is to be all made of fantasy, all made of passion, and all made of wishes.
Then hey ho, the holly, this life is most jolly. Then hey ho, the holly, this life is most jolly.
Well, we are now going to do a bit of something about a writer perhaps that you've never heard of before. Now, his name, he's an up-and-coming writer. His name's William Shakespeare. And very, very soon there will be a piece of one of his what he likes to call plays that will be on at the Lowry, everybody. Now, it's called As You Like It. And we are joined now by Terry J. Donovan, everybody, to tell us all about it. How are you? And welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I mean, I jest. Everybody knows William Shakespeare. His plays are like what the world ticks around, basically around. Theatre is his, isn't it?
I mean, essentially, he's been around for 400 years. You can't get away from him. Even if you try to, you'd probably end up seeing it advertised somewhere in the world.
Now, As You Like It, it's one of those that I'm not too... I've just dropped my earpiece, that's good. It's one of those that I'm not too familiar with. Perhaps you could tell me the story of that there play.
Oh, sure. So it centers around the relationship of Rosalind and Orlando. Essentially, they are two upper class people, and Rosalind is banished from her home, and she is sent to the Forest of Arden, which is a strange magical place in which she meets a lot of different characters. I'm saying she right now. At the beginning of our play, Rosalind identifies as female, but throughout they explore their gender identity. So there's a number of us who are genderqueer. We're exploring our identities, so it's not the straight cut cis version that we all expect. It is a bit more.
Goodness, though.
I know.
Hey, I mean, we kind of know where you are with the Shakespeare plays. How do you go about twisting the shows to make something a lot more rainbow friendly?
I mean, we all kind of suspect that Will was, that way inclined. I mean, he kept writing like people bending genders all the time. It's in many of his plays. There are characters that are just called Antonio that are like gay, like insinuated as gay. So we're kind of like, William, are you gay? And it's probably like, yes, he probably was.
Well, of course, that's where the word drag comes from. I mean, women weren't statistically allowed to perform on the stage, so it would write in the margin of the thing, such and such person enters dressed as girl, which is drag. That's where it comes from.
I did not know that.
Yeah, because women weren't allowed to perform, but it's a shame, really, isn't it? So we've gone a step further that way, and then we've gone a step further that way. What makes this version of As You Like It so much better, other than what you've just said?
I mean, it's a bunch of Northerners doing it, so that is a definite benefit. I think we have a lot of fun with it. It is joyous, it is uplifting. You're not going to get bogged down in the language. I know that a lot of people really struggle with Shakespeare's language. It can be really difficult to get your head round, but I think in this production, we've really simplified it. We've really enjoyed the language and allowed it and given it to the audience, essentially, for them to enjoy too, not just us actors on stage.
Yeah. Now, you're playing Audrey in this.
I am indeed.
Tell us about this fantastic person.
Audrey is a raunchy goat herder who gets her eye on a Touchstone, who is a drag fool in our production. And she casts her eye on him and she says, absolutely, here I go. Let's get married to him and, try and get off with as many people as possible.
Because the thing about Shakespeare was that, everybody thinks about the one story, the main story. But within each of these plays, there's so many subcontexts of stories, isn't there? They are the old-fashioned, if not the modern-day soap operas.
I mean, they completely are. And I think it's definitely the subplots that really keep the audience engaged. I think we're so used to, nowadays following different stories which have all these subplots within them, but it was really Shakespeare that invented that. I mean, you look at his contemporaries at the time and they did not have that at all. They just had the one plot and it went through the storyline. They didn't have these little subplots, and that's why Shakespeare has kept going, essentially, because he has all these essential elements in his storytelling that keeps us as an audience engaged.
It's amazing. Now, you talk about the story twisting slightly and how you're making the story kind of brought up to modern day acceptance, as I call it. Not modern day story, but modern day acceptance. What about the setting of it all? Is it still set in the big sort of Shakespearean era, or have you brought that into a different context now?
We have slightly. I mean, it's still oldie worldy, but the way that the costume design has gone by Mal Parry, the way they've looked at the costume is they've taken elements of the Elizabethan and brought it into the present day. So it means that there's a lot of color, there's a lot of layers, there's a lot of corsets, but it's very fun and very bold.
It does sound a lot of fun. I don't normally get too excited about thinking about people going watching lots of Shakespeare. I mean, how long is the duration of this play each night?
It's 3 hours. I know.
But I mean,
it doesn't feel like it.
Yeah, but 3 hours is 12 minutes less than Les Miserables. So, I mean, you're all right there, really, aren't you? So it's also 17 minutes less than the sinking of the Titanic. So, I mean, again, you're all right. It's all working fine. People should come and watch this show and this play because why, Terry?
I think if you love Shakespeare, if you love theatre in general, please come see it. Like, theatre's had a massive struggle in the last couple of years. This play is a joyous celebration of what theatre is and what it can be. So please do come.
It's Jo Britton, your Neurosculpting performance coach for another minute of mojo. Sometimes you just feel really fed up with life. That was me last week when I got up in the morning to discover that my car had been stolen from the driveway overnight. And I went through a ton of emotions, from complete shock and disbelief to anger, frustration, a feeling of violation and all sorts of other things. And I know whilst I tried to reframe it and think, well, okay, it's just a car. It's insured, and I reported it to the police and I started the insurance claim process. I still felt really, really fed up. And so in those moments, it's actually okay to feel like that. And one of my go-to mojo boosting tools is actually to take a bit of hippo time and to wallow in that feeling of feeling fed up. That's okay. But knowing that hippo time is only a temporary thing before I get into practical action taking mode and move forward. So whenever you're feeling fed up, you can take a bit of hippo time, but no, it's not a permanent thing. I'll be back next time for another minute of mojo. In the meantime, you can come and connect with me on my Instagram page, jobritton.mojo, for more mojo fueling tools, tips, techniques and motivation.
See, it's always very important to have a bit of good mojo. I can't believe she had a car stolen.
I know, right?
That's terrible, isn't it?
That's a shock. And, you know,
could you imagine if they did that?
But that like really hurts.
I know. Could you imagine if they did that with my helicopter? I'd be seething. I really, really would.
The Belinda copter.
There's it's just my nickname. There's a wonderful venue that is getting more and more well known, and I can't believe it's been there for so many years, and I've not heard too much about it. It's called Stoller Hall, and it's got a year-long program that's just about to be launched. So we thought we'd get our lovely Fran Healy straight into the studio to talk to us. Hello, how are you?
Hi, I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Thanks for waiting. It's been a busy show. Violins are up behind you there. I'm sensing classicalness and dedication. Now, what is your involvement with Stoller Hall?
So I run the venue, so I do everything from working out what we're going to program and how we're going to do it, how we're going to communicate it to people, how we're going to get people to come and see it, to making sure that the toilets are clean and that the staff where they need to be, and just all the practical things as well.
It's amazing. Where is Stoller Hall?
We are right opposite Victoria Station in the middle of Manchester. So if you come out of Victoria Station, we're right in front of you. You sort of go to the right, down next to the arena, and we're there.
It's got so many good things going on. I mean, we've been sent interviews by various PR companies over the last few months, and we're like, Stoller Hall, Stoller Hall, Stoller Hall. And it's just, I mean, you're launching, we're looking at, I mean, tell us about some of the events that you've got coming to this place then, please, because, I mean, we could just list them.
There's so many, because you're doing Sound and Nature brought to light. You've got so much happening over the year. I got this press release and I went, there's so much here, I think it's best to get Fran to explain it.
Yeah.
Well, if I can remember it all, because there is a lot. So we've kind of decided for 2022 that we want to really focus on people's connection with nature through music and get people to think about the climate and the environment and the importance of it and how that affects how everybody feels. And so that's kind of what we've put in place for people to come and see for the next 12 months, really. And we're starting with, tomorrow we have kind of a little bit of a launch night with Freedom to Roam, which is it's going to be a combination of a documentary film about connections and how humanity and nature connect. And that's going to be followed by a whole album performance of a folk group, which is a collaboration of various performers. And then we've got a series of things through the year, ranging from an event with bone conducting headphones where you can listen to Vivaldi, and it's a composition called Melting Shifting Liquid World,
Sorry, say that again. Bone conducting headphones.
Yes, yes. So the first half of the concert, this is on the 23rd of March. The first half of the concert is going to be a performance of the Vivaldi's Four Seasons, but it's going to be interactive.
Love it.
And then the second half is a new composition called Melting, Shifting, Liquid World. I have to be very careful I'll say that. And it's going to be performed with live musicians and with bone conducting headphones as well. So the audience will be able to hear what's in the room as well as what's going on in the background pre-recorded. So it'll blend together in a really kind of...
I mean, I can imagine that must be a bit disconcerting being on the same bill as Vivaldi. I mean, he kind of knows his music already, doesn't he?
I think he knows what he's doing, yeah. But the interpretation of his piece that they're going to do and that we're going to have in the atrium is going to... So there's bits of Vivaldi's Four Seasons talk about things like birdsong. So we're going to have an installation where the music will come from up a ladder, which feels like it's in a tree. So it kind of will be all surround sound. So it'll be like you're in the music, really, is what we're trying to create.
Now, it's not all classical music that you guys are doing. There are things out there that's happening for families as well. I know you've got the Race to Space, the musical adventure happening for families and kids. What exactly can people expect from that?
So that I'm really excited about that one. So that's it's going to be suitable for everybody, really. It's an introduction to music and musical instruments, but it's all framed around going to space. So basically, the people on stage are going to take everybody in the audience through a kind of exploration of trying to find a new planet. And there'll be loads of interaction and loads of fun. And yeah, I think it'll just be a great afternoon. I'm really looking forward to that one. And we're trying to do some more things through the year as well. So we're planning... we're going to do something called Battle of the Elements for families in June. So yeah, lots of exciting plans.
It sounds fantastic. It really does. How would you entice people to? I mean, it's right near to where they can get a train in. It's right near to buses. How do we tell people this is the venue to be going to?
I think I'd just encourage people to come and try it. It's fabulous. You know, it's we've been there we opened in 2017, and obviously been closed for a whole pattern in the middle of that, so it doesn't feel like we've been there very long. So we're still quite new. We want people to just come and try it. You know, we've got all sorts going on, from classical music, folk and jazz, spoken word, comedy, family things, everything. And there's something for everybody. And it's a great space. It's just, you know, when you come through the doors, it's just a beautiful space to be in and a great experience. You feel like you're really close to the music and to what's going on stage. And yeah, it's just a lovely atmosphere.
How long's the space been there for? Because I'm guessing if it's in that kind of area, it's been there for a fair while.
So the building itself's been there since 2012, so it's fairly recent. And then the Stoller Hall was put in once the funding was available in 2017. But we're right next to Cheetham School of Music, and we join onto the site. So we're also a shared facility for the school, for Cheetham School of Music. And on the same site, we've got Cheetham's Library, which is the oldest English-speaking library in the world. So we've got buildings that are 600 plus years old to our brand new Stoller Hall.
It's like walking through time, Flower. It's like walking through time.
It feels like it's giving music something new to go to, you know. There's something for everyone. It's exactly like you say.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it's a lovely space. And I think I'm hoping what we can do through the Sounds of Nature programme that we're doing is, because it's a bit of everything's mixed in. And I'm hoping people will just come and maybe try things that they've not come to before. You know,
excellent.
I don't expect many people have come and listened to something on bone conducting headphones with live performance.
Well, you saw that got my attention straight away. Straight away. Well, for now, I mean, we want to get further and further involved with yourselves from your Manchester. We want to get further and further involved with yourselves. But for now, unfortunately, we are out of time. So I'll say, Fran Healy, thank you very much.
And
have a fantastic year-long event. A year-long event.
It gives you something to see every night.
It does it? Thank you, Fran. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, then, everybody. I do believe did we do the What's On?
We've done the What's On.
Have we done What's On?
No, we've not done What's On.
That's what I was saying. Let's have a little bit, because she's probably going to be watching from Glossop and she will hit me. So let's see exactly what's on.
Here's your roundup of what's on across Greater Manchester. Next week, Footloose opens at the Opera House and Dolly Parton's smash hit musical 9 to 5 opens at the Palace. Both run until the 5th of March. Over at Hope Mill Theatre, the premiere of My Favourite Place in the Whole Wide World, a new play by award-winning local writer Ian Townsend. This tells the story of two people in search of love and purpose in a world of confusion and loss, running from the 1st to the 6th of March. Rush, a joyous Jamaican journey, is on at the Lowry on Wednesday the 2nd of March, a story of reggae music and the Windrush generation, narrated by comedian John Simmet and featuring live ska, calypso, gospel, dancehall and reggae music, played by the J.A. Reggae Band. And on Thursday the 3rd of March, Stand Up and Feel Good, a comedy night which showcases brilliant female talent from across the North West. All ticket proceeds go to Contact Hostel, which supports homeless teenage girls from across Greater Manchester. And remember, if you have an event you'd like us to mention, just drop us a line. Contact us at yourmcr.com.
So, oh my God, in heavens above. What's going on? Let's just cut to another shot, shall we? Crikey, which one are we on now?
Over here.
Hello, everybody. This is live television for you. Right then, so, well, we've talked about 3 storms.
We have.
I think we need to find out exactly what's going on with the weather, everybody.
Hello my lovely weather watchers and welcome to this week's weather forecast with me, Paul Rudd. And oh my goodness, we've had terrible weather with this storm, Eunice. High winds, bad rain, I could go on. And we've had lots and lots of damage, so I hope you're all safe and well. Right, this week's weather, it's looking rather wet and we may have snow for Manchester on Thursday, so be careful again. And I'm here at the beautiful Pingot waterfall here up at Crompton Moor. It's beautiful. All right, let's take a look at this week's weather. Here come the details. Thursday's looking cloudy, sunny, rain with snow with the temperatures of 8 degrees Celsius. Friday is also looking cloudy, very cold with the temperatures of 7 degrees Celsius. And as we look forward to the new working weekend right now, Saturday is looking cloudy with the temperatures of 11 degrees Celsius, and Sunday is also looking cloudy with the temperatures of 9 degrees Celsius. So like I said, be careful out there for being cold. Get your nice big coats on, get wrapped up nice and warm. And congratulations to our very own Belinda Scandal on 25 years in the drag business. I had a brilliant night the other night. Love you lots. And now it's time to head over back to the studio for this week's amazing episode of, are you ready? Oh, Your Manchester.
Oh my God. He just kind of fell out. That's what happens when you jump, I suppose.
I guess it is.
That's quite impressive. Oh, very good. Well, unfortunately,
that is our show.
We've got a little video of him walking as well. There's a little video on there that says weather out there. Just falls. He's just slipping all over the shop. It's quite clever stuff. Who's on the show next week? Let me think.
Go on.
I left it over there now.
Well, we'll have another great round of guests as always, I'm sure.
So make sure you check it out.
It's International Women's Day.
Is it next week?
It is.
Is it? You sure?
I'm highly sure it's next week. Yes.
I'm not 100% sure, but if it is, it's going to be marvellous. We've definitely. Is it?
Yes.
Okay, right. We're working towards that. Anyway, in the meantime, everybody, thanks for watching this week's episode of Your Manchester.